I planted these tomato seeds less than 2 days ago, and they're already sprouting. And here they are on day 5. Let me show you exactly how I did it. This year I'm growing a few different tomato varieties. I'll be planting honeycomb, beefsteak, Rutgers, sweet cherry 100, and cherry tomato seeds. Since I'm planting so many different varieties, I started off by making a simple sticker system so I know exactly which tomato variety is going in each cell. Let me give you a quick rundown. I picked up these cheap stickers from the dollar store. I'm using a sealing tray, and each cell will get a number and a shape. It's basically a small grid system. My seedling tray is 4 by 3, so I use numbers 1 through 4 vertically and 3 shapes horizontally: circle, triangle, and square. I place the stickers along the side of the tray, and then I recreate the same grid with a pen in my gardening journal. In the journal, I write down which tomato variety goes in each cell. This system makes it really easy to stay organized. Gardening is not just planting, it's also planning and keeping track through trial and error. That way you know what works, what doesn't, and you can keep improving every season. There's a quote that I heard recently that I really like. It says, "He who works with his hands is a laborer, he who works with his hands and his head is a craftsman, and he who works with his hands and his head and his heart is an artist." And honestly, I think that applies to gardening because gardening really is an art. Also, I know I made a typo with spelling the word tomatoes in my gardening journal. That's my bad. So now I'm filling the sealing trays with soil like normal. As you can see, I'm using a lasagna tray as a water catcher. You don't always need fancy or expensive equipment. Sometimes things that you already have at home work perfectly. I like these trays because they're reusable and the aluminum actually reflects light, which can be helpful when you start growing indoors, especially if you live in a colder climate. I like getting all the light that I can get. Once the trays are filled, I plant the seeds as usual and bottom water them so the soil absorbs moisture evenly. Now, there's 2 parts to what I did which helped my seeds sprout quickly. First, and this is common to do, tomatoes love warmth, so I'm using a heat mat. But here's the thing. I'm also adding one more thing. I'm covering the tray with plastic wrap. This creates a small mini greenhouse. This helps trap humidity and heat, which speeds up the germination process. After a few hours, you'll usually start seeing condensation on the plastic, which means the system is working. Then something exciting happened. I planted these seeds on Monday, and when I checked the tray on Wednesday, the first sprout had already appeared. As soon as you see the first sprout, you should remove the plastic wrap. Here we are 5 days after planting, and look at these little guys. The tomato sprouts are growing strong and healthy already. Have you ever started tomatoes from seed? How fast did yours sprout? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to compare notes. And if you want to see these tomatoes grow from seedlings all the way to harvest, hit that subscribe button and follow along with me.